Indifference isn't not caring. Indifference is not caring enough to act. And I want to tell you what indifference really looks like. On the way here, I got on a plane, and I'm sitting, a bunch of rows back, and this girl, and she got on the plane. She got out of the way for this other little kid, and as she got out of the way, her knee dislocated. And she fell into this chair, 3 seats ahead of me. She fell into the seat, and I looked up like, oh gosh, what happened? And I looked up, and I was like, oh, that's a girl. I wonder if she's coming to Seek, because we're on the plane to Indianapolis. And then I saw, some flight attendants come to her, and I saw the woman right in front of her, like, okay, right here. And I'm like, okay, she looks like she's taken care of. And then at one point, she looked back. She was in pain, and I caught her eye over my little headrest in front of me. And you guys, I gotta tell you, I was moved. I was like, oh my gosh, But looks like looks like she's being taken care of. And then again, she looked back. Okay, I'm looked back down. Okay, she's good. I have not stopped thinking about her this whole week. Every person on the crutches, I'm like, is that her? The whole rest of the flight, I was like, man, I hope she got escorted off the plane. I was like, I hope she's okay, The whole time, I watched Bird Box as well. But other than that, I have a friend named Ryan. Ryan graduated from UMD. He was a missionary for a while. And Jesus is the center of Ryan's life. Ryan cares about the Lord. It's the center of his life, his wife's life. And Ryan has a great friend that he grew up with who was also raised Catholic, but doesn't really do much when it comes to the faith. And they play soccer together a couple times a week. And a couple weeks ago, Ryan realized that he doesn't ever talk to this friend about Jesus. It never brings up God around this friend. And it wasn't like he doesn't care about Jesus. It wasn't like he doesn't care about his friend. He just didn't because of indifference. It wasn't that he didn't care. It's that he didn't care enough to say something until a couple weeks ago, he brought it up and he said, hey, to his friend, he said, hey, have you ever noticed that I don't ever talk to you about God? And his friend looked at him and said, yeah, I have noticed that. Now, Ryan didn't talk with his friend about God because he didn't want to be rude, didn't want to impose anything. But his friend was like, the sense I get is that when you don't talk to me about the most important thing in your life, is that I'm not very important in your life. That's indifference. It's not being moved. What it is not moving. So last night, if I look tired, it's because I couldn't sleep last night. Because that girl on the plane, her name is Lucy. Lucy emailed me. She said, Father Mike, I was on my way to Seek on your flight, so excited. I saw you were on my plane. I listened to the podcast, listened to the videos and stuff, and I was so excited. And then I dislocated my kneecap, and all this stuff happened, and some people who were so generous, they came to help me out. And I looked back. And you looked up, but you didn't come up. I was looking for my dad. Sorry about the seepage. But you didn't move. I gotta tell you guys, it wasn't that I wasn't moved. It's that I didn't move. It wasn't that I didn't care. It's I didn't care enough to act. That's gonna happen to every one of us. Even after you've been following Jesus for a long time. Even when people think you're better than you actually are. So what do? Well, you say you're sorry. You ask Jesus for help. You get up and you try again. You're gonna fail. You're going back to a harsh environment. Your heart and my heart is broken. You're going to fail. What do you do when you fail? You say you're sorry. You ask Jesus for help. You get up and you try again. because you're all Lucy. Everyone here is Lucy. She didn't make it. Here, she's alive, she's alive. We lost her. Doctors did their best.